Adrianne Lenker, the frontwoman of Big Thief, is a generational talent. Her incredible songwriting and musical expertise have landed her in front of millions of ears, eager and ready to slop up her future projects. One thing about her music is that it's never a casual listening experience. Sickeningly sad and emotionally expressive, her sonic palette features brain-melting melodies and lyricism. It's the type of art that makes you think, how on earth did someone come up with this, and how are we the same species, or other things along that line. Lenker is a professional rule breaker. Though she attended Berklee on a full-ride scholarship and has learned to sing like an angel, she often opts for a rougher sound reminiscent of Dolores O'Riordan, who is the Irish frontwoman of the band The Cranberries. One of my favorite Big Thief songs, titled Spud Infinity, features something that could even be described as yodeling. The point is, Adrianne Lenker is no stranger to pushing the boundaries of music. Formed in 2015, Big Thief has always been a bit eccentric. Their songs include influences from classical music with adventurous violins and string arrangements, mixes of acoustic guitars that stun me and electric guitars that make me feel like someone's spinning me around in an office chair while I'm blindfolded, unconventional drums, flutes, and other instruments I can't even identify. Lenker's solo projects are a bit more stripped back and intimate, but those songs still fulfill the same warm, deep feelings that her band's work does. If I may, I'm going to take a detour from talking about Adrianne's music. I hopped on Wikipedia before writing this, and honestly I was amazed by what I found. Her life story is a winding tragedy, and I hadn't known about most of it, despite being such an avid fan. When Lenker was 5, a railroad spike fell from the heavens, or just her treehouse I guess, and hit her in the skull, nearly striking her dead Phineas Gage style. She lived, of course, but man, that's a poor start. Also, her parents divorced when she was 12, but not before raising her in a Christian cult. She lived with all sorts of people growing up in various backgrounds and diverse lifestyles. Truthfully, even though I'm sure it was far from picture perfect, I'm a little envious of her family. Her grandmother was a professional watercolorist, and Lenker partially grew up living in a van traveling around the country. The impact her free-spirited family must have had on her music and creativity is boundless, I'm sure. If I could recommend 3 songs to everyone, I would recommend Paul and Certainty by Big Thief, and Free Treasure from her latest solo album, Bright Future. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and please consider subscribing. Ba-boom!